Get ready for a quick quest guide for the Animal Magnetism Quest, in which the main rewards for completing are either Arvor's Attractor or Accumulator, which will automatically pick up most of your arrows for you, as well as 1000 crafting, fletching and slayer experience, 2500 woodcutting experience, potentially an undead chicken fun weapon, and 1 quest point. To take on this quest, you'll need to have completed the Restless Ghost, Ernest the Chicken, and the Priest in Peril quests. And you'll also be required to have level 18 Slayer, 19 Crafting, 30 Ranged, and 35 Woodcutting. In terms of items, you'll need 20 Ecto-tokens, though I'd suggest having 30 so that you can buy an Undead Chicken fun weapon to keep. Trust me, you want it. If you don't have any Ecto-tokens, then you'll want 6 bones of any kind and 6 empty pots to acquire 30 Ecto-tokens with. Additionally, you will need your Ghostspeak Amulet, a Mithril Axe, 5 iron bars, a hammer, some hard leather, a holy symbol, and some polished buttons. Also, as you'll likely be taking a charter ship and buying a few things, popping 3k into your inventory will cover all of your expenses. When it comes to recommended items, I would suggest weight reducing armor as well as a stamina potion. You will also want a charged Amulet of Glory for easy access to charter ships and a bank, your Ectophial if you've completed the Ghost Ahoy quest, 1 teleport to Fenkenstrain's castle if you have an Ectophial, or 2 Fenkenstrain's castle teleports if you don't have an Ectophial. You will also want 4 Draenor Manor teleports, a method of getting to Rimington, in which I'll be using a teleport to house, but if your house isn't located in Rimington, then a skills necklace to the crafting guild is a good alternative. And finally, you will want a games necklace for getting to Birthrope. Also know that we won't be starting with everything in our inventory, but rather with our coin stack, Ghostspeak Amulet, 6 bones and 6 empty pots, or your 20 to 30 Ecto-tokens, a charged Amulet of Glory, your 1 to 2 Fenkenstrain's castle teleports, a stamina potion, and if you've completed the Ghost Ahoy quest, then your Ectophial too. Now you can begin the quest in the most western room of Draenor Manor's ground floor, which can be accessed by searching the bookcase. Talk to Scientist Ava in the room and then select yes to officially begin the quest before spacebarring through the rest of the chat. Now if you have your Ecto-tokens and have completed the Ghost Ahoy quest, then put on your Ghostspeak Amulet and use your Ectophial to teleport to the Ectofungus, and then skip past the Making Ecto-token section of this guide. Otherwise, use your Amulet of Glory to teleport to Karumja before running south and then east to the docks, and then taking a charter ship to Port Phasmatis for 1100 coins. After you arrive, if you don't have Ecto-tokens yet, then trade the trader crew member and purchase 6 buckets of slime from them, which will cost less than 20 coins. Afterwards, either use your Ectophial or alternatively run northwest and put on your Ghostspeak Amulet and then pass through the barrier, before going north to arrive at a room with the Ectofungus at the center. If you don't have an Ectophial but you already have your Ecto-tokens, then skip past the Making Ecto-token section now, but otherwise, if you're making the tokens, then head on up the stairs on the eastern wall. Then go a little north and you'll see a weird machine. Being careful not to bury them, use your bones on the loader, located on the right hand side of the machine, and your character will then start grinding all of your bones and putting the bone meal into your pots. It's a slow process, but the entire thing will happen automatically, so you only have to load the machine once, which we love. After all of your bones have been turned into bone meal, run back downstairs and then click to worship the Ectofungus 6 times, once for each bone meal, and this will consume both your bone meal and your slime, and grant you a nice amount of prayer experience. Then make sure that you're wearing your Ghostspeak Amulet and chat to the Ghost Disciple close by, after which he will hand over 30 Ecto-tokens, and this stack will be enough for the quest. Hooray! Next, run west from the Ectofungus to the farm, dropping your empty buckets and pots if you have them, and head inside the small farm building where you should see Alice. talk to Alice and say, I'm here about a quest, and spacebar through the chat. Then run west to the Undead cow's pen and talk to Malcolm, again spacebarring through the chat. Afterwards return back to Alice and talk to her, before again saying, I'm here about a quest, and again going through the rest of the chat. Once more return to Malcolm and chat with him, going through the dialogue, before then going back to Alice and saying your famous line, I'm here about a quest, and then go through the rest of the chat with her. Again, go back to Malcolm and go through the chat with him before finally returning to Alice and saying that signature line one more time, I'm here for a quest, before skipping through the rest of the dialogue. Yes friends, the back and forth is now over. Now use a Fenkenstrain's castle teleport before running west through the fences and then northwest to the little house that's just east of the Slayer Tower. Talk to the old crone inside and say, I'm here about the farmers east of here, and then spacebar through the rest of the chat. After you finish, chat with the old crone once more, and again say, I'm here about the farmers east of here, after which the old crone will hand over the crone-made amulet to you. Next, either use your Ectophial and run west, or your second Fenkenstrain's castle teleport and run east to go back to Malcolm in the farm. Talk to him and after a bit of chatter say, okay, you need it more than I do, I suppose. After which, talk to Malcolm again and you'll get a cutscene whereby Malcolm goes about trying to catch an undead chicken before a fake player called Cow Elite Killer trespasses onto the farm and kills a cow. Once this finishes, talk to Malcolm and say, could I buy those chickens now, then? Before adding, could I buy 2 chickens? And you'll then pay 20 Ecto-tokens for 2 undead chickens. If, like me, you want another one for yourself, then talk to Malcolm again and say, could I buy those chickens now, then? Before adding, could I buy 1 chicken now? To get the 3rd chicken that you can keep, wield, and use as a fashionable fun weapon, which we love. Now use your Amulet of Glory to teleport to Edgeville or Draenor Village and use the nearby bank, whereby you'll want to pick up quite a few things, including your hammer, your Mithril Axe, your holy symbol, your hard leather, your polished buttons, your 5 iron bars, your 4 Draenor Manor teleports, your games necklace, and your teleport method to Rimington, which in my case is a teleport to house, but for you might be a skills necklace. After you've picked up all of this, use your Draenor Manor teleport and then head inside the manor and return back to Ava. Talk to her and then spacebar through the chat, whereby you'll give her 2 undead chickens. Once you finish, pull the lever to exit the room and then go to the most northwestern room in the manor, where you'll find a witch. Talk to the witch and spacebar through the dialogue. Afterwards, talk to the witch again, and after the chat, your iron bars will turn into a selected iron. Now you'll need to head to the mine in Rimington. I'll be using a house teleport as that's where my house is located, but you can also use a skills necklace to teleport to the crafting guild and run from there. Enter into the large mine located northeast of Rimington and then make sure that your character is facing north. Once you're facing north, use your hammer with your selected iron to turn it into a bar magnet. Once you have the bar magnet, teleport back to Draenor Manor and then head inside and return to Ava and then talk to her, before then clicking through the chat with her. Now teleport to Draenor Manor once again to wind up just outside, and then look for an undead tree that has yellow rather than blue text when you right click on it, and then try to chop it. The axe will bounce off the wood and the tree will attack you. Now run back inside the manor to Ava and talk to her, again spacebarring through the chat with her. Afterwards, use your games necklace to teleport to Birthrope and then run east and a little bit south to the Slayer Master Turael. Talk to Turael and say, I'm here about a quest, before then spacebarring through the chat with him. Afterwards, talk to Turael again and say, hello, I'm here about those trees again, and afterwards say, I would love one, thanks. Turael will then hand you a blessed axe. Now teleport back to Draenor Manor once more and with your newly blessed axe, chop the undead tree outside Draenor Manor until you get some undead twigs. After you have them, go back into the manor and return to Ava before chatting to her once more to give her the twigs. Now chat to Ava again and she will hand over some research notes. Click translate on them, which will see the world's weirdest picture pop up with 9 green buttons below it. Starting from the left, click on the 1st, 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th and 8th buttons, and after that's done, close the interface. Then talk to Ava and she will turn the notes into a sheet called A pattern. Use your polished buttons or the hard leather in your inventory on the A pattern, and the 3 objects will combine to form a container. After you have this, talk to Ava once more and bam, quest complete. You'll be awarded either Ava's Attractor or Accumulator, which will automatically pick most of your arrows up for you, as well as 1000 crafting, fletching and slayer experience, 2500 woodcutting experience, potentially an undead chicken fun weapon, and 1 quest point. You'll get an Attractor if you're below level 50 ranged, or an Accumulator if you're above level 50. And know that by clicking devices on Ava, you can upgrade an Attractor to an Accumulator once you have level 50 ranged for 75 steel arrows in the future. Thanks for watching, catch you in the next quest.